Hello everyone, welcome back to PLC-Automation. This is Jaffer, and this video gonna be the fourth part of our course. And in this part, we are going to add some alarms. So in the past video, we have talked about how to access the data of a word, and now we are going to learn how to use these in our HMI alarms and then test it. So let's delete this one because we have in this case in the past video you have learned how to make a data block, and in the data block how to declare the word. For example, in every tank we have alarms package here. This word, and now every word data type word are 16 bits. So now we are using one of these words for 16 alarms. To do that, we are going to our so here, as I mentioned, we have already our word, and I have collected all words from every tank. For example, we have one word here, tank 2 word, and I have, with the help of a loop instruction, I have made it like this. For example, it's in the FC tank selector. So where is the code? Here is the code. Let me make it a little 140. So in the past video you have also seen this FC, and now we are going to have a look how. So we have first of all created a UDT, right? And after that we have mapped all the variables in this UDT inside data block, and now we have also another data block. So the input variables, the variables of this data block, we are going to map in here. For example, we are writing a code when there is something changing to all these variables, and the value has to be shown with these variables. So how to do that? I will take an example of tank. For example, I will just make a copy because here we do not have it for tank 5. Oh yeah, we have it already. This one. For example, we are saying this is a variable, this one, a variable inside this data block. Let's have a see. I have here also variables. Let me make it a little more understandable. So when we make an FC, and the interface of the FC, we have variables, places, and in the in and out in this place, the FC reads and writes. Okay, I have two variables, tanks, array. of array of UDT tanks, the same variables are called here, and once again it's called there, okay? And view is UDT HMI, right? I have the same variables here and the same variables here. They are the same, just copy of one another, right? So now in this function block, what we are going to do, we are going to push the value of the tags are here, the value of these tags into these tags. And to do that, this is the code. I will show from very beginning. First of all, you make the variables, this one, and the temporary variable is very important. You have not to forget this one, otherwise the code will not work. But how this code works, it's a very high, it needs a little more knowledge, but we will get to that. We will get to that at some time, okay? And now, this first code, it is working for the selection of the tanks. We have 5 tanks, but on our HMI we have only one drop-down button, and this drop-down button we can choose which tank we are going to use. 1, 2, 3. We can use it. And again, we have also mentioned this IDX in our case. When this is equals to 1, when you are choosing tank 1, in tank 1, the value of tank 1 have to be equals to this. If it's choosing to 2, if you are choosing tank 2, so the value of tank 2 have to be copied to the variables. When you are choosing tank 3, the value of tank 3, the value of the tags, have to be copied inside the value of this data block, right? So it's an off case. You can choose only one tank and then push the value here. And this data block, the HMI, we are going to use in our HMI, right? So we are going to work on only this variable, the word. This is for our alarms, right? We are going to our HMI. I have already once explained how to make a connection between 2 tags, and now we don't worry about that. We're going to directly to alarms. We create 7 alarms, right? 7 alarms. We give it a name, we give it alarm text, we choose alarm class, and then we choose the HMI tag. The tag you have already made it here. You have made here the tags. So here, so this tag, you have connected this tag to this tag, right? This tag is the data block inside the data block, and this is from the HMI. Once it is connected, you're going to alarms. You are making 6, 7 alarms. Trigger tag, you're choosing the HMI tag. HMI tag. So this tag, you have created it. You're choosing alarm word, right? When you do that, it automatically shows also the tag it's already connected, PLC tag. Once it's done, just go to your screen. This screen is already prepared, but I will make now another screen to show how to make these alarms. So add another screen. I will name it alarms. And in this corner, on controls, you have this icon. Just drag and drop it. Drag and drop. You select the alarm view. You go to properties. You go to properties. You are going, first of all, general. Activate this one because the alarms you have created, they are acknowledgement. So you have to activate the alarm class acknowledgement. You activate all of them. You're going to toolbar, activate this button as well. Once you did it, just go there, and it's already done. It's okay. And now go to your PLC, download it. All right. And now we are on this screen alarms. You go to runtime. We see there is 2 alarms, right? And when we go to our data, the same data block, let me reset false. Oh yeah, that's why let's make it all false. Don't worry about this. This is just to make sure our alarms goes out. It's selected tank 2. I acknowledge. Normally, okay, now just I have to reset it as well. And the reset button just have to be true. Okay, now, yes, now it's resetted. So now I'm going to create an alarm, right? The high level turns to true. I hope it's working from here, but no. Okay, we should go to the tanks, input, tank 2, it was tank 2, and we activate the high level. True. I have to make an alarm. Yes, sensor conflict. We have written the code if these both are true at the same time. So of course you cannot have two level true at the same time, whether it's low, whether it's full, right? Or it's high. So when both of them are true, so it's a sensor conflict. You have one alarm. And now let's go to outputs. We make it true. Do we have a second alarm? No, because it's cannot make it. We should choose the commands. Now we can do it. Timeout. You see? Timeout, timeout. And also the bits are active. It has 19, but in the certain time, and sometimes I will also explain the data type word, how it works. So now we are almost very 2 minutes late. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked this video, subscribe to this channel, share this video to your loved one, to your friends. Comments on this video. If you have any question regarding this video, this coding of this programming, do not hesitate to share your questions, your concerns, your anything you want to know about this. You can reply comments on the video. So thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.